Hello everyone, welcome to the new video in the series of projects. Today we are going to discuss a project which is going to be very helpful for all of our you beginners. So guys, this project is all about how we can extract text from image using Tesseract. In this video guys, we are going to use first of all OpenCV. Then guys, we are going to use some features of OpenCV such as blur and thresholding. Guys, this is the basic two methods by which we can pre-process our image. So whenever guys we want to extract text from image, it is quite difficult. We either write manually or we had Google Lens through which we can extract it. But guys, wait a minute. We are going to tell you how you can implement your own program. You don't need any Google Lens, don't need any third-party software. You can simply extract text from image using your own program. So guys, I hope you will be looking forward to it, and please watch the video till the end for the complete understanding. So guys, let's get started. So guys, let's let me zoom this. Yes. So guys, in this tutorial we are going to import some libraries that we will be needing. First of all is PIL. It stands for Python Imaging Library. So guys, we are needing it because we are going to import an image. Then guys, here is the main library, that is PyTesseract, which will be useful for extracting text from image. Then our next library is ArcParse. What actually ArcParse is, guys? I had already explained in earlier videos that it is used to take command line argument from the user. Next library is CV2. As you all know, it is the most famous library of OpenCV, which is also known as OpenCV. Now guys, at last we are importing OS library because we want to generate a random name for our pre-processed file so that we can extract text from it. So guys, here we are using first of all ArcParse library. We are importing argument parser from it. What argument parser will do, it will be used to adding argument, our command line argument, so that we can input that from user. First of all, I am creating an object AP of argument parser. Then guys, we have a function named add argument by which we can add command line argument to our program. I am specifying here two command line arguments, that is -i or _image. Guys, these both commands are alternative. Either you can use -i or you can use _image. This is up to you. And here I had mentioned required equal to true. That means that it is compulsory to input this argument. Without inputting this argument, you can't run this program. Now guys, here is the help section. If you look at the documentation, then we came across about this program, then we will know that part to input image to be OCR. This is the help line, or when we will look the documentation of this program, this will be very helpful. So guys, next I am here passing to a function named vars that will append this argument to our program. Whenever we will run this program, we need to append this argument, or we need to add this argument. Now guys, I as I mentioned you earlier, we are going to use two basic pre-processing method. First one is thresholding, next one is blur. So guys, it is up to the user. We are going to ask user for an input. User will enter either 1, 2, or user can enter a whole threshold and blur. So guys, we are going to ask user, which one will you prefer? Will it be threshold or it will be blur? So guys, here we are taking input from the user and we are storing in the pre-process variable. Guys, in this video later on, I will explain you what actually threshold and blur is. So guys, until now you must have understand what we are taking from user. Then guys, we are loading the image that user had passed in argument. We can access that image argument from args, then in square brackets image must be a string, because as we mentioned earlier here. So guys, next, as you all know that CV2 has a inbuilt im read function, which stands for image read, from where we are reading our image. and we are storing the image in this variable image. Then guys, we are converting the image into grayscale. So guys, how we can convert the image into grayscale? CV2 has an inbuilt function named CVT color. You can guys refer the documentation for both this function. I am giving you basic introduction. You can, for more details, you can visit the OpenCV documentation. So CVT color is the function of OpenCV through which we can convert our image into BGR to grayscale. So guys, it consists of two arguments. First argument is the source image which we want to convert, and next is from which to which, means from source color to destination color channel. So guys, here by default we have BGR. We are going to convert it to grayscale. So guys, this was the two argument. Now gray will contain our image in grayscale format. We are displaying here the image guys after converting into grayscale. So IMSO method is used to display the image. And now guys, we are here is the main part of our code. Here we are checking that whether user has entered threshold or one, or threshold where T is capital. If user by mistake enters whole threshold in lowercase, then then also this argument will be valid. So guys, now let's talk about thresholding. If we wait a minute, if we look at Google, we have to set one threshold pixel value, and if our image pixel value at that point is lower than that threshold value, then it will set to 0, and if it is greater than that threshold value, then it will set to maximum. This is the basic work of thresholding. As you can read here guys, if the pixel value is smaller than the threshold, it is set to 0, otherwise it is set to maximum value. So guys, let's go back to our program. Now guys, our threshold function consists of 1, 2, 3, and 4 arguments. So guys, if you want to know what these arguments are, you can also refer to the documentation here same. Here it is clearly mentioned that first argument is a source image here. Then the second argument is and it is compulsory that our image should be a grayscale image for simple thresholding or thresholding. Then the second argument is guys, it is used to classify the pixel values. It means that it is the threshold value of pixel which is used to classify the pixel value. Then the third argument is the maximum value which our pixel is assigned to. So guys, we had set the maximum value to 255. So any pixel greater than 0 will be set to 255. Now guys, last is the thresholding function. We have different thresholding function. Here we are using two functions, that is binary and OTSU. You can refer here, there are many functions like binary, binary inverse, trunc, 2020 inverse, and here if you will refer this documentation, you will get a more knowledge. So guys, here we are thresholding this image, and if user has mentioned blur, then we are going to apply median blur. What median blur will take? Median blur will take two arguments. One is the image, then another is the scale, which scale we want to apply our blur. You can also refer this very nice documentation from tutorials point about median blur. I will provide the both the links of this in the description, so you can refer it. So guys, here as you can see, first is source image, then DST is optional, and k size is the our kernel. If we had mentioned 3, then 3 kernel, the kernel size will be 3 for the blurring. So guys, I hope you had understand what is the thresholding and blur. If you have any doubts, you can mention us in comment. Now guys, as till now we had pre-processed our image. In this program I had clearly mentioned all the required arguments and all the comments. You can refer to the comment in this program for better understanding. So guys, here we are creating a file name. Now our pre-processed image should be saved in our system so that we can extract text from that image. So we had one function of OS, that is get PID. Get PID will return us different numbers, like you can see here. Let's check an example. I am importing OS here, and then if I write os dot get PID, as you can as you can look guys, it returns a number which we can use in our image, and if we restart this program, then it will return a new number. So guys, here we can get a random number for our random name for our image, and we are storing it in file name. So our file name will contain what? 12684.png. Now guys, I am saving this image, which is our pre-process image. Then guys, now the main part here of extracting text from image come into picture. We are using pytesseract. Then it is there is a function of pytesseract, that is image to string. So guys, this function is used to return or that text which is present in the string. So guys, here image dot open file name, we are opening the file name, that is preprocess, and this function will return the string from it. So guys, text will contain all the text of that image. And then guys, we don't want to save that preprocessed image, so we are removing it. Os.remove file name will remove that temporary file name that we created here for extracting text. As our work is done, so we can remove this. And finally, I am here guys printing text. So guys, I am displaying whatever is written by our pytesseract function. And lastly guys, I am showing you how the output image will look like. And I am closing the image. Here wait key 0 means until I press q, then the image will not be closed. So guys, let's run this program. I am running it on Anaconda Navigator terminal. Here, first of all, I had here in my working directory guys. First of all, you have to go to your working directory. Then guys, we have to run command like this: python, then our program name, that is ocr.py. Then guys, always remember that we had mentioned one command line argument. So guys, we can either use hyphen I or we can use double hyphen image. Both is correct guys. Then guys, here it should contain one image name, and image should be in same directory, or else you have to mention the path. My image name is example underscore 03 dot png. Let's see guys, it is asking for us two options that we mentioned earlier. Let's apply threshold. You can see guys, here our output and original image is here. Let's quit this, and all the text is here guys. As you can see, we had clearly extracted our text from image. So guys, as you can see here how this works, I hope this will be very helpful for you all. Let's try one more example guys. This time we are going to use blur, so I am mentioning here too. So guys, again we successfully done our task. So guys, I hope you had understood this project. In the next video, in the project series, we are going to explain a more enhanced version or more professional version of this project, where the pre-processing task will be very good, or it will contain many features of OpenCV, through which you will get very good output. So guys, till then, keep learning, and I hope you enjoyed our project.